What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are in our Steelers Superstar series. And of course, first things first, before we get into anything crazy, we do have to do a wheel spin. I've seen some suggestions, but nothing really definite. I've seen a lot of people saying, you get to choose a position based on, how much you win by, or, do it the way we're doing it now. And, if you do win by a certain amount, you get to choose a dev up. And, if we lose, we have to get rid of, we do a wheel spin for the... There's so many things. So the way I'm going to solve this, I know I said I was going to do it in the community tab, but as usual, anything with me, I'm going to just sell on completely. But the community tab is going to be filled with some polls, probably, later today if you want to strip. Funny, man. But yeah, we're going to have some polls and, vote on them however you would like. If, of course, if you think one way or the other, we'll have some polls up to decide once and for all how we're going to do this, as I have a lot of ideas and I want them to be, I guess, majoritized. I don't even know if that's a word, but enough of that. We have, how many positions is this? 6, technically 8 if you count the different D-line positions, but we're going to be going with running back, wide receiver, defensive lineman, cornerback, safety, and tight end. Obviously, if we get D-line or safety, we will be re-rolling. We might just spin in general for a position, but I feel like it should just be the best available because it's supposed to be steal a superstar, not steal a random dude, So we're going to be doing the spin, and let's just do it. Hopefully, we get D-line. Hopefully, we get D-line. Hopefully, we get D-line. And that makes things very, very interesting. Yeah, thank you. So now we quite possibly have a real-life Packers situation. A power back and a fast little dude. Not even really that fast, but fast enough. He's pretty damn good in Madden. It would appear Aaron Jones is going to be our player. I have no idea going forward how we're going to lose a player or gain a player, but once again, the poll is how I'm going to know. So now, welcome to the team. If you're new to the series, of course, this is the series where we started off with a bunch of lower overall players, like 70 and below, but we got to choose in a fantasy draft a player every 5 picks. I think we had Fields, Tyreek, Pitts, Jenkins was actually one of the choices, and, we maybe had a few more like Fitzgerald went up, but, we also have a stipulation where if we win the game, we do a spin the wheel, and that allows us to take a random player. So far, as you can see, we are 4-0, which means that we have 4 players that did not start on our team, which, slowly is making us one of the better teams in the league. As it stands, we got Brandon Brooks. We just got Aaron Jones, who actually looks pretty damn good. These are his ratings. I can't remember how he played last week, but he looks really good. And as a dual threat guy, he has running back, apprentice, and evasive. His abilities reset when I tried to trade for him. It literally had 0 abilities, and I moved a punter, and I moved him back to running back, and he had like Energizer, which is terrible. And then as far as the defense goes, we stole Aaron Donald, who was our first player, and then Desmond King, who we did bump to Superstar, because once again, the title is Steal a Superstar, not a star or a normal. But we're obviously changing the rules constantly, changing the sliders constantly, and it's been a really big blast of a series for me so far. Hopefully it has for you as well. And if you're new to the channel, maybe you want to stick around for more franchise stuff for now, the foreseeable future, and Madden 22 and all those other games, whatever. Yeah, maybe like and subscribe, whatever. Second channel, Jeromepkr Plays, twitch.tv/Jeromepkr for streams, and twitter.com/Jeromepkr, where I sell more than streaming, which is really hard to believe. But we are now going against the Niners, and unfortunately, we do not have a breakout even yet, which is very surprising, but oh well. If my boy the Javelin isn't player of the week, which he is, same with Fields, I would have been pissed off. Really good week, obviously, for us, which now makes for 4 players of the week so far. Obviously, Guidry the Javelin had one before as well, and how he has normal dev still when he has 5 interceptions, 6 interceptions maybe on the season, I don't even know, is beyond me. And here we are looking at the Niners. Ironically enough, they have Rodgers, which technically could be a guy we steal. I don't necessarily even want him. I actually really like Fields, especially after last week. I'm really liking it. He might be one of those situations where we just lock him in. We already mentioned that I realized that this series is basically like a freaking knockoff, generic ripoff of Pink Slips from C4, and we may steal another idea of his, as you guys have suggested it, that we make team captains that just can't be replaced or he lost. So maybe we do that. I'm not 100% sure, but there you go. Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback. Running back Marlon Mack with Giovanni Bernard, a guy I never hear his name, to be honest. Keenan Allen, a really good wide receiver, could steal him. Corey Davis, same with him. Nelson Aguilar, don't even ask. Travis Kelce, I love Pitts to death, but man, oh man, Travis Kelce, huh? Rashawn Slater, the left tackle. Elton Jenkins could use an alignment. Center's decent. Right guard's iffy. So that right side of the line looking rough. The left side is looking really promising there, though. Left end is meh. Right end has potential. DT's meh. He's okay. He's a sim god. Jordan Brooks, decent. Rashawn Evans, really good hit power. Marcus Golden, meh. Kendall Fuller, pretty solid, actually. Brian Poole, not bad. He's pretty average. Trey Wayne's not terrible. Grant Delpit, and then Eric Rose. So realistically, this is not a week that I'm even super excited about for us trying to steal a player, but if we lose, we will have some sort of bad thing to deal with, so obviously I don't want to lose, even though I'm not really super excited about the players that we can steal, as we have most of those positions already down. Baron Browning, nice little upgrade there. Tevin Jenkins, the lineman, go for agility, 76 overall now. Playing the tackle spot. Looking pretty usable, pretty good. Andrew Thomas, I don't know why I'm even showing the lineman, but here we go. Pass protector, one of our biggest issues, obviously. And okay, a little upgrade there. The Javelin. The Javelin. We probably should go with this. Now let's go with slot. 2 upgrade points. Wow. Gets an Excel, a press, 2 to man, 1 to player. So much for his own coverage, I guess. And then Mr. Fields, who I feel like just do scrambler, right? Have a little fun with it. 3 upgrade points. What did he get? Awareness and weather is perfect. The opponents, I wouldn't say are perfect, because I feel like even though we're not great necessarily anywhere other than maybe like a position or two, we are average or around average across the board, whereas most of these teams are kind of loaded up, and then they have a couple of big positions missing. Like at the right side of their line is super iffy. Their D line is super iffy. Linebackers are okay. Safeties are iffy. But they have like a really good tight end, solid receiver, really good quarterback. We're a little more spread out. But obviously Rodgers playing for his hometown here. This could be very interesting. Well, I don't know if it's his hometown, but home city with the state anyways. Same difference, right? Last week, Kyle Pitts with 5 catches, 115 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and most of that was in the first half. Obviously looking to capitalize on that again this week. Going against some fast and athletic linebackers, but not super talented, so he's already growing on everyone in the league quite a bit, unless you have to face him, obviously. So even though he's a lower overall, you kind of see him as like a veteran already almost at this rate, whereas all these other guys, even though they are veterans, kind of play like rookies. Dennard almost forced to return, and I said almost, and with that hit, you probably should have came back and, taken that almost part. Rodgers through 4 games. Let's see how he's played. 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,080 yards. Accuracy's up there. Ego's up there, and hopefully another loss is up there on their freaking column. To the outside, and Odigizua with a hit stick from behind the line of scrimmage. Not even like one of the big names you even really look to daily. Addison, is that the TikTok person? Inside, Jamin Davis with the tackle. He gains 3, but realistically, or 2. But what did he really gain when he lost a bunch on the first play? I don't think so, pal. Keenan is too good. And over the middle, they're going to get the first down anyways. We audibled way too late. Rodgers took advantage of that. The quick snap master saw us kind of, decide late to change things up. And if you aren't already set at the line of scrimmage, when it's before they're even set, you're done. As soon as they are under center, it's GG. They show the stats for Marlon Mack, and he has 0 rushing touchdowns through 4 games so far, which is a bit surprising. And we're bringing the pressure, and Good job by Norman to cover because Browning let Kelsey to slip right off him. And it's going to be another first down. Aaron Donald off the edge. Going to bull rush them and dropped. But was that Jamin Davis? It looked like it said Davis, but it didn't look like Davis. But I'm going to assume it is, right? When, Davis seems pretty clear cut. I think the case is solved. And there goes Davis, speaking of, with another play. Browning's supposed to be like the better tackler. I know it's Travis Kelce, but like it's crazy seeing Jamin Davis playing better as a tackler than Browning. Waves the hand, and Rodgers takes a massive sack right to the forehead and loses, what was that, 18? Something crazy. Way knocked out of field position. And of course, this will be a punt. Obviously, they're looking to pin us deep, but regardless, they're screwed. 29-yard line. Nice. Okay. 21-yard punt. Sweet. As you look at Justin Fields' numbers, not actually that bad at all. Got those touchdowns much higher than the interceptions after last week, and see if we can keep that trend going upwards. As Schwartz looks like he could have a big day today. And a little bump from the corner, but overall you can't really do anything. That's just, incidental. And we will run with Aaron Jones, obviously, but we can also make him, a receiving threat. We're not really making him a receiving threat. He is a receiving threat as Pitts goes for nearly 14 yards. Pitts already halfway to 1,000, having a monster start to his career. Aaron Jones on the play action. And look at this sidearm. Oh, there goes Tyreek. Spins. Tyreek all the way to the 22. What a dime. This team is just going off. Justin Fields, don't get me wrong. The guy's not directly on him, and he really didn't even need to sidearm this. So maybe they didn't really consider too much pressure, which it was pressured, but absolute dime of a throw. And then, of course, Tyreek does the rest, gets the cut, gets the spin, and what a play. Here it is. Not the greatest look in the world, but, they're coming with this front pretty much the entire start so far. And I can see why, because they're looking to stop the run. Loss of 3, not a great start at all. We'll say the team has definitely been struggling on the ground in general lately, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that situation. As Larry Fitzgerald gets the catch and nearly a first down there, works his man on the inside, now forcing a 3rd and 2. They have a pretty good front here, but Aaron Jones is very fast. Let's see if he can get in there in time, and he does. Obviously, he's a little bit off the line of scrimmage. We get away with one. And look at this freaking catch. Oh, my. How does he lock on to Tyreek like that? I'll never know. But what a catch. Good coverage, but better catch. What do you even do there? I can't. How do you blame the guy? Everyone's like, we don't. We're proud of him. That's insane coverage, though, on Tyreek on an out route. That's filth. And quick throw to the backup tight end, I believe. DeValve, once upon a time, a pretty promising-looking tight end. Pretty much just career backup now. Nobody's covering the guy, but instead he decides to block, and Browning gets there with a bunch of other players. Rodgers taps on his chest, but what is Rodgers going to do, honestly? What are you going to do, buddy? Oh, a little bit of a false start there. They're going back even further. The Niners look good, but they have these really bad, holding on to the ball too long, flags, bad blocking or inconsistent blocking, I suppose. And then they're in these situations that are almost near impossible to convert. They are trying to convert, and they're bringing a lot of players back. Josh Norman's too old for that. And like I said, he floats it in there with such power. It's so strange. And there's just nobody there. That's a first down. It's a huge opportunity to get off the field, and we just absolutely squander it. Rodgers already in the zone, and of course Kittle, I wouldn't say bails him out because I imagine it was just going to be a swat down at best, but Kittle makes the play. Kittle, it's Kelsey. I'm thinking of great tight end, Niners. Okay, I may have said his name a few times. That's not my fault. It is my fault, but is it really? Kittle and Kelsey are considered to be so comparable. It's not really our fault. Try to bait him in on the play action, and of course he's just going to find everyone wide open instantly as the Javelin in pursuit gets there in time to force a 3rd and 2. about field goal range. I didn't actually see where their kicker was, but, I mean, maybe you think about running it there, and they don't, and a miscommunication between the quarterback and the inside slant receiver because this guy should have caught it. The route didn't seem like it was run properly for a first down, and the ball was still there enough, and he just misses it. And this time they're going to run it, and they are going to get it. It looked really close. I mean, it looked like he was going to have it easily just running straight, and he turned last second for some reason. I thought he was short, but of course they will say that it's a first down. That was a close call. I don't know what the running back Marlon Mack is doing there, but sheesh. Would have been a huge play for us. He gave him to get over there in time. And once again, a very quick throw. These cuts are so strange, though. Seems like he could have ran easily for maybe 15 yards, and they're just making terrible cuts up the field and puts us in another situation where maybe we can get off the field. And Browning is going to allow Jamin Davis to go one-on-one and win against Mack. They went for it once before. Will they do it again? They look to be doing so. We can't run a commit, so we're going to just bring the house, and there's no way. What a tackle. That might be one of the greatest tackles I've ever seen. I actually could just grab the guy instead of engaging in the freaking blocker. This Tyreek is pretty open, and it's actually going to be intercepted. Eric Rowe makes an absolutely unbelievable defensive reactionary play. Considering he had to cover someone himself, that is insane. Really good play by him, though. I wish he didn't make the play, but that's a very fair play. Good interception. They're going to get another chance. Rodgers really hasn't done anything wrong necessarily here, so I was surprised that they haven't put up points by now. I mean, these reads are coming in quick and accurate, and the decisions have been pretty damn good overall, as they're not going to run it. And he's going to throw another perfect pass, this time to Keenan Allen. I mean, that's unguardable. Going to move the lineups around a little bit, just a little bit. Hopefully get a little bit better talent on talent. And that's just an unfortunate timing thing. Once again, I think Rodgers is just making absolutely ridiculous reads right now, and his receivers are kind of letting him down. I mean, that's wide open. He's got to catch that. Why is he turning so late there? I mean, I'm surprised that we've had multiple possessions without them scoring, because just the way this drive is being orchestrated, it just seems impossible to stop. And I think we're in pretty good coverage for the most part. As once again, I mean, look at these plays. It's just like he's throwing the ball before our guys even have a chance to react. 420 exactly on the nose in the second in California. How else would you like it? And we're going to be returning this with Isaiah Rodgers, who's had a couple of close calls this season. No dice, and that will continue. I really do feel like we've barely been on offense, so we got to make it count. This play just did not work last time. I suppose that route to the tight end is pretty deep. Now look at Aaron Jones. It's only going to be 4 yards, but it is a very good attempt. And there, I don't even know if that was the right read, but I just felt like it was the right read, and Najee Harris gains about 4 yards. It was a close call both ways. Like, it was a close call to just keep it, and it was a close call to not keep it. And there goes Pitts, who holds on to the ball. Perfect first down completion. Obviously, we have that interception, but that was just a really good defensive play. As Schwartz is going to get the touch pass and use that speed. There's really not much more to it. Schwartz ball, Schwartz fast. And we'll take Schwartz, who's just wide open. Do only have 100 yards, which is a little unfortunate, but we're obviously trying to play better offense. Larry Fitz is probably pretty open there. And that, I mean, that's just awful. I mean, there's just so many players open, but like the timing just felt wrong. And really, we just overthought it. We really should have just taken someone. Aaron Jones on the inside handoff and trusted the blockers a little too much, but somehow slips out and gains a yard. I don't know how he does that. There Fitz on the inside double move. And that ball is severely underthrown by Fields. And they're going to get the first down and then some with Rashaan Evans, who just does not want to go down. That is really poorly thrown. Larry Fitzgerald is leading the man, and it's just, I mean, we threw it low, but like I aimed it forward and low just to make sure we caught it. And to the outside, another dime throw. A really good catch by Keenan. Great route as well. And there it is. And he gets hit really hard down to the 13-yard line. It's a little surprising that they're calling the timeouts, as they have pretty much the perfect amount of time left to score. But with those timeouts, now we have a chance. Kind of depends if we want to use it, though. Aaron Donald gets stopped one-on-one. Norman. And there goes no timeout usage. We'll call one. It's hard to tell if they're going to run or not, but they have plenty of time. And if I'm them, I want us to waste another timeout. So I would call a run. They don't. And over the middle, touchdown to Corey Davis. Tyreek one-on-one. I mean, they're pressing him. I can't really do anything about that for them. And we were just about to throw it inside, and it just wasn't there. I'm willing to probably let the clock go a bit here. All right, so, I mean, once again, our offense looked very quick and decisive. Well, I wouldn't even say decisive, but our offense looked quick and tough to cover, but the run game just hasn't been there again. And most importantly, the receivers just kind of seem to be jumbled up together. I don't know. It's really strange. Play calling needs to change. Decisions need to come out faster, and we got to get the run game going, and we should easily win. I wouldn't say easily, but we should easily have a chance to win. And this game is far from over, even though they're playing near perfectly on offense. I feel like they know we want to run the ball because, like, look at that coverage or that lineup. Aaron Jones, quick pass out, gets a nice little cut move, gains about 6.5, 7. Speaking of, running up the middle, nice trap play, and terrible blocking on Ungunjobi, who's made a couple of plays like that today. 3rd and 1 for the 31. They could try to stop us again, and I mean, obviously they will, but they're not going to commit enough, and we're going to be 6 for 10 on the ground now. This play to Schwartz looks good, but, like, how can I tell? And that's an illegal man downfield. That hurts. But why are they running so much? Like, look at Schwartz. He's all the way to the 12, but it had nothing to do with the players that got in trouble. Like, where is Brooks going? He doesn't need a block. There was a free rusher in our face. Thankfully, the flag doesn't really, cost us much, but, man, that hurts. And I want someone coming over the middle here because they just are jumbled up over there. And that's pretty tough. And Pitts catches it. What a dime by Fields. I mean, that had to be perfectly timed and near perfectly placed, and that's exactly what we got. Once again, their run formation looks pretty decent on defense, and Aaron Jones is going to go for nothing. Where have I seen this before? The way they're lined up, I'm not a huge fan of it right now. And the problem is Tyreek burned his guy, but the route type, it didn't really matter, Thankfully, though, Pitts absolutely torched his opponent, as you would expect him to. Screen pass. There's not really a safety valve here. And they're on it, but not quite, as Aaron Jones is going to force a man to miss. On top of it, gains 13. Aaron Jones is very hard to take down, but the lanes just haven't been there for him running. But speaking of the man himself, Najee Harris, the big fella spinning inside down to the 4. Najee Harris back out there. See what he can do on the pitch play. And tries to cut it inside, and we tried to trick him. Maybe got a little too cute for our own good, and we lost 2. I mean, they got a lot of players on the opposite side. Aaron Jones gets tackled. What a juke move. Brooks with an insane play. I thought there was no chance in hell. And, man, that took a long time. Was that a 6-minute drive to only get 3? That is brutal. This really hasn't been a running type of game. But you definitely have to assume that's what they're going to try to do here. We do not have the formation ready for this. The personnel anyways. Formation's fine. And he's got too much time for a blitz, and there's just no one on Corey Davis. You cannot give him that much time with a blitz. We brought 7. Is it 7? I think it was 7. Feel a little bit better about that field goal now that we're probably going to need it, but they score a touchdown at this point in the game. It might be over. And they get the curl route. Of course, it's Keenan, so I can't really say much, but man, that hurts. And is that Rodgers in the zone again? Keenan Allen's in the zone. I don't know, maybe Rodgers never came out of the zone. I don't know what would have knocked him out. He might have been sacked, actually, a couple times. And Corey Davis, who has been debatably his favorite target at this point. I can't really tell. He's just been finding everyone. Goes for another massive first down. I just don't see how we're going to stop him. He has been playing lights out. Rodgers just crushing us. And he cuts it back left, thankfully. That's really the coaching is hopefully what's going to save us. For them. Right, 2nd 11, this is a massive play. Because if we can hold them to under 4, we should be able to stop them. And Jamin Davis with a pop. Loses a yard. Puts it on a 3rd and 11. I really don't know what I want to call here because if we give them too much time, they're gonna succeed. I think we are gonna bring a little bit of pressure. Move everyone to that side and just hope for the damn best. And over the middle, that's a touchdown to Travis Kelce. I don't know why Baron Browning is passing off a tight end like Kelce to a safety who's basically in a worse position than him, but good job, Browning, I guess. And that field goal does basically nothing for us now. The way they're playing, assuming they're going to hit the red zone every time, I'm just going to assume this is a touchdown or bust drive. And once again, these returns have just not been worth it. All right, Tyreek, they're one-on-one pressing you again. Of course, it's not the preferable one. I like to get him pushing towards the boundary line. And there goes Fields. Nice little move. Maybe had the backup tight end, Alberto, but with that much pressure on us, focusing on the left side of the field, it's not easy to make that last-second read. We're going to run it just to guarantee the first down because there's just nothing guaranteed about this game. And even there, we had them completely pancaked, and we just do not hold up, and we gain 2. Slant look, except for Pitts. Over the middle could be our hot look. And I mean, that's a Tyreek Hill play. Gets hit as he's throwing. I did hesitate a little bit because for a moment, it looked like they were going to kind of jumble up, and we would have been screwed. And I saw Fitz get open, but of course the speed finally caught up to him, unfortunately. And Schwartz is going to... That's not Schwartz. That's Aaron Jones. Gains about 7. Once again, I will be treating this as a 4-down territory situation, as I think we just have to at this point. Pitts could be the look, and he is debatably... 2 things that sucks there. 1, Aaron Jones was just completely left, and I just did not expect that to be the case. And then 2, that is an absolutely desperate miss. Like, that is so bad. Larry's streaking. You wouldn't expect it. I mean, okay, here it is. And another Mr. Fields just sold. He just sold. Tyreek Hill is wide open there. Completely misses. It's not even in the realm of possibility for catching, and it's the shortest throw I've ever seen in my life. And there goes Jamin, and can't call it grounding because Rodgers was looking for a target there. He just, unlucky timing for him. Really unlucky timing for us. We almost got there for the sack. And there's a good D lineman play from Aaron Donald. I mean, we're in perfect coverage, except for Travis Kelce, who just gets, wide open again. They've just been perfect. Baron Browning gets the tackle. He sure as hell hasn't gotten the coverage today. Having Aaron Rodgers is just so insane. Of course, they have really good receivers too, but him being able to just dart it in the way he has is just nuts. They get a chip on Donald, and it's going to take it to the outside, gain a few yards, nothing major. We've also obviously tried the whole bring 4 guys, blitz him, do whatever we can. It hasn't worked, so we're just going to drop into coverage this time. Into the outside. Nobody's on Keenan at all. Thankfully, he was so far out of bounds, he just kind of sits on it. And they're going to go for this. Obviously, if they get this, they do win, pretty much. But them not going for a field goal here is a little strange, and it's dropped by the javelin. The speed that he has, he probably takes that. Oh, no. Obviously, an amazing play to be there. We've let their guys open all game long, so impressive, but damn, that sucks. Najee Harris to the outside. Not the guy you would think of, when it comes down to a short yardage pass situation when you got 2 running backs in the backfield, one being Aaron Jones, one being Najee, so works out to our best. 5 wide set has not worked out to our best, though, speaking of. And we're just going to run. Maybe should have just taken it out to Pitts, who could have ran it out of bounds, but not even at the 5-minute mark anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. I mean, in theory, we should be able to burn them a little bit more because obviously they should be looking to... Oh, that's a pretty good throw, and Tyreek Hill, absolutely insane acceleration to get a little bit more. I don't know why I felt like... Oh, man, these blocks have been so bad. I don't know why I felt like it was like a 2-minute warning situation just because the clock was hitting the 5-minute mark. I mean, Tyreek Hill's a tough guy to stop. We're going to take Pitts, though, who gains the first down, right? Yep. I mean, I'd hate for this drive to end in a field goal, but a field goal does put us more in the game. So if it comes down to it, I'm taking it. And, man, Schwartz. Good job by Fields and Larry there to get that out of bounds. Schwartz was open. Safety comes into play. whoever was covering shorts just did enough down the field to deter us. 36-yard line, screen pass, wide open. But the freaking blocks have just been awful. Really good job by Jones to turn that into something when it really should have just been next to nothing. Let me go with the read option. That for some reason they have decided, wow, what a freaking non-fumble take. They've decided that they want to stop the run super hard all of a sudden when we audible. Tyreek Hill could turn this into something big. And looking a little slow there, I ain't gonna lie. To the 6th, though. Touch pass. Man, I really want this, but I just don't know. They look like they're ready for it, but this play has worked out really well for us, so we're going to take it. And they just can't get upfield. Damn. I was really thinking about just audible into a pass and then kind of turn into just a straight-up draw because the inside looked really open. But, I mean, like I said, this play has worked out for us a lot. Is that Gary Jennings? I'm going to move Gary Jennings out. Hopefully it clears up the space a little bit for Pitts. And it does kind of. Really good job of there, guy. We just weren't really open there. I'm going to get a block from Jones. I need some time. Move Pitts over, and if we can move Nico Collins to the middle of the field, that'd be really good. But we're not going to be able to, are we? And Nico Collins catches it for the touchdown. Look for Tyreek, who just got absolutely blanketed, and the slant from the big man Nico they just did not expect sneaks into the game and gets himself a score. You could think it's another jet pass type of thing. And Aaron Jones, the new man, comes up with a catch. Down 3 minutes left. Can the defense make a play? Even if they can, I think the decision is just you got to go for the onside. I think you just have to. Oh, I thought it was going to hit Corey Davis there. And, of course, Keenan slips off and maybe turns it into something. There's just not enough time in the game to where I'm just going to believe in the defense. And especially when they're going for a 5-wide set here with only 3 minutes to burn. And he just burns us, and Rodgers misses the throw. And it causes us to freeze, and really good job by Mack to maneuver, and really good job by our pass rush to push him forward there. 3rd and 1, we're going to commit. We're going to commit, and Marlon Mack is stopped. 2-minute warning. The Niners have a decision. And for the first time all day, although I will say it is a 4th and 5. I didn't realize it was that rough. For the first time all day, they've decided to actually go for the smart play, or quote-unquote smart play, and they're going to miss the field goal. What in the world was that attempt? And they're deciding that they're going to back everyone off. I'm going to run the ball if we don't get some yards here. Oh, my, with these blocks. That is horrendous. That is so bad it hurts. Quick throw to Aaron Jones. There goes Aaron Jones on that evasive juke. Gets out of bounds on top of it. What a play. Tyreek could have the dagger. If we win this game, I don't even know what to tell you. Ooh, scary. Tried to buy way too much time on that. Once again, a field goal ties it up. Take what you can get. And they're covering Tyreek pretty well. I got to give it to him. I say that and they kind of get burned there. Is that Schwartz? And that's, of course, a lot of pressure. You had Nico for a couple of yards, but it wasn't going to get you what you wanted. Aaron Jones could be the savior again. Let's see it. You got to throw that away. Please don't be grounding. Man, really did a great service for our freaking field goal kicker. Harrison Butker with a little bit of wind. I mean, not even a little bit. A lot of wind to the left. Looks good to me. It's up. And it is good. But we gave Aaron Rodgers and the San Francisco 49ers a full, 108 with 3 timeouts? I was hoping they had less, but they had full timeouts as well. I'm going to need to see a fumble or something. I don't think they're going to take this back either. Please take it back. Look how crazy the game's gotten. Aaron Donald gets completely locked up to the outside. They've been dink and diming us all day long. Of course, they lose a lot of clock on that hurry up. Aaron Donald pushing, can't really get the job done, and Travis Kelce kind of going the wrong way there, though. Gets to the 50. You probably, I was going to say, you probably expect a timeout here. Man, I just don't see us making the stop. We need something. Come on, the javelin, please. Make a play. And he's going to take Kelce out of bounds. I don't mind that. I'll let him have that. Game 2? I thought he lost 2. They need to hit the 41-yard line, but do you even trust this man? He missed one for you. I think if you're them, you just, you go to overtime. You try to Gotta get a little more time to think about things. We gotta go for Kelsey underneath is wide open. Come on, step up! And he's just gonna watch him. Come on, Javelin. Come on. They're right around that line. They're right at that line. If I'm them, I'd probably get a little closer, but, I mean... Yeah, I mean, they're gonna go backwards. This is gonna be the situation they're stuck with. All right, he's iced. 4 seconds left from the 42. We don't get the line, and he misses it wide right this time. We're headed to overtime. Impossible. Look at the comeback. 11 wild, weird points in the fourth. Nothing in the second. What a scoreline. We're headed to overtime. And I think Tails never fails, and it is Tails. Even though we've been awful on offense, we can't stop them. I don't even know how we did stop them when we did. I think they just ran out of time, I suppose. They kind of managed it poorly. If we score a touchdown, we win the game. I hate to risk Tyreek Hill on an injury, but it's just that type of game. And Tyreek Hill, you idiot. Quez Watkins had to save you, dude. What's he doing? Not a lot of clock, but here's the thing. Enough clock. Enough clock. Tyreek Hill is open enough. Really good throw. Really good throw. Route's obviously pretty solid, too, going against Kendall Fuller. Tyreek again. Oh, look at Pitts. Pitts comes back to the overthrow, the wild overthrow, and catches it for 22 yards. I mean, it's a tough throw when you're running like that, but man, that is a wild one. I thought that was going to be picked. It really did. And geez, this line is a disaster. I mean, it's basically like we have a wide receiver in the backfield at this point because their blocking is just useless. There we go. A little bit something. Now, that's finally 5 yards. Pretty much in field goal range, but this is a massive play for both teams. Massive. Could go for the dagger there, but I'd prefer not to. I mean, I would prefer to, but I'm not going to. And there goes Schwartz, who's going to get it and turn it upfield. Spins number 21 right out of his shoes to the 22. Don't turn the ball over, and you at least give your team a chance to not choke it. If you can't make a stop on defense, it is what it is. As Aaron Jones finally getting some blocks, and that's a face mask if I've ever seen one. Man, as always, doesn't matter where he is, what side of the field, what side of the, what conference. It's always getting screwed on these face masks. And Aaron Jones to the outside gains 2. Really not much to show for there. 3rd and 2. Running the ball again. We're going to do it. And Aaron Jones almost had a chance to slip it for the TD. Down to the 7. All right, going to the big boy, Najee. Can you seal the deal, Najee? Oh, a 2-minute warning. Oh, I was getting excited. Read option, they're coming up. They're probably going to read it, but still, let's just go for it. As Aaron Jones kind of bounces off, gets about 3, maybe 4, down to the 3. And they have this pretty covered. He could go to Larry, but let's just try to power through with Najee, who's going to get right back to the line of scrimmage. Woo! This is a crazy play. Back in the end zone. We got to risk it, and we win! Tyreek Hill! Too fast! They didn't contain the edge, which you probably have to, right? Long side of the field, you got to contain the edge when you got Fields, because honestly, they did do pretty well with containing his running lane, but you got to be there so he can't get out like he did and extend the play for someone that is just too fast for the game. And Tyreek just does it. He just does it. Outruns everyone, back of the end zone, perfect throw, and the Niners have absolutely choked what should have been a guaranteed victory. Tyreek Hill, massive props to that man. Aaron Jones, he made a couple of decent little slippery plays. Pitts, real big savior for us, obviously. Defensively, I can't really think of really anyone that played to standard. I really don't. I just think the defense had a crapper. They really did. They just got steamrolled in this one. But thankfully enough, they did enough. They weren't, terrible. Obviously, they held a team that just didn't seem to be missing to 21 points, which is really impressive. But overall, I honestly can't think, even looking back, how we won. I really can't even think of how we did that because, once again, the defense looked terrible, but we only held them to 20. They only had 21 points, so I don't know. But regardless, I'm just happy that we won. Insane 70% completion percentage, which is pretty good. Obviously, we did throw those 2 picks, but Rodgers only missing 7 out of 35 throws. They just couldn't capitalize, and both teams ran the ball pretty poorly. But of course, Fields did have a nice couple of runs that, it did cause him to run contains and spies at times. Not always a contain, but contains sometimes, spies a lot of the time. As far as receiving goes, Travis Kelce, near 200 yards receiving with a touchdown. Tyreek went off. Pitts was really clutch. Jones had a couple of nice plays, especially on 3rd down. Schwartz had his plays. Fitzgerald had a couple of clutch ones. Nico Collins, maybe the clutchest play of the game, considering he comes out of just not even playing at all to coming onto the field and scoring a massive, important touchdown. Absolutely insane. As far as defense goes, Browning kind of had like a busted play, just an overload up the middle, really. Sack. Aaron Donald had a nice sack as well. Hey, hello. Rashaan Evans picked us off. Wow, that's great news. And they missed 2 field goals. They weren't easy field goals. They were both 50+, but, he could have won them the game any time at all if he would have hit one of them. Of course, Harrison Butker, he doesn't have that missing field goals tendency. Absolutely clutch. And we somehow pull off the victory. I really did not think we were going to win. I thought it was over. Got a couple of, outlier upgrades. We'll wait till next week just because we will have some more XP, which will likely give us an actual upgrade point again for a couple of guys. Regardless, though, that is going to be Steal a Superstar episode 6 in the books. Once again, pay attention to those community tabs. Maybe the community updates are already up. Probably were up already, actually, because usually I would I wouldn't say usually upload this on a Monday, but I want to upload this on a Monday, but the Julio Jones trade kind of caused me not to, so probably up in the community tab, already to look at, and we will implement that for next episode, and then going forward, it should be at the end of every episode, whether we lose or gain a player. Anyways, thanks for watching. As always, it means a ton to me, of course, because, it's kind of the off-season of Madden, so it does mean a lot, more than ever. Oh, nice, EA. Way to end a video. But maybe leave a like and subscribe. We do a ton of franchise stuff here. We will be doing even more for Madden 22, which doesn't even seem possible looking back at how much stuff we did for Madden 21. And, of course, could be streamed later tonight on twitch.tv/Jeromepkr around 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Leave a like on the second channel, PKR Plays. I don't know, watch one of the videos, non-Madden stuff. It's a breath of fresh air for me. And then twitter.com/Jeromepkr, where I sell more than Twitch. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video, but until next video, see ya!